What's up guys, it's Umar here from TryonLeague. I'm back with the fourth part of my greatest players series, and today we're doing my top 5 power forwards of all time. So this one was actually for me. This section was pretty challenging, like where each player was ranked. So let's open the floors for our debate. So my fifth best power forward of all time is Kevin McHale. Now he was on the Boston Celtics during the Larry Bird years, and he was a very underrated player. And you listen to guys like Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, people who played against him. They said that he was really good. He really developed the idea of players having post moves. He's the one that probably has one of the best post moves ever in NBA history. He averaged 18 points a game for his career, 7 rebounds a game, 2 blocks a game. So I mean, pretty solid numbers. And Hall of Famer, won the NBA championship 3 times, 7-time All-Star, and he was also on all defensive teams. He was on all NBA teams. So he was a very good, solid player. He wasn't flashy or anything, but he was very consistent. And when he was playing at a high level, I mean, he was probably the best power forward in the NBA at his time. My number 4 greatest power forward of all time is a current player, and that's Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett really has put his stamp on the NBA ever since he came out of high school, and he was just an amazing, very talented, very enthusiastic, he was just all business. And he's a 15-time All-Star, and he won the MVP in 2004. And I mean, let me just tell you his numbers during that year. I mean, he averaged 24 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and about 2 steals. That's crazy for a power forward. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. For his career, he's averaged like 19 points, 11 rebounds a game. He's just been a very solid player throughout his career. Amazing at defense. He's one of the best defensive big men of all time. I think there's no question about that. And I mean, now that he's in Brooklyn, we'll see how that goes. But I mean, he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. There's no question about that. My number 3 best power forward of all time is Charles Barkley, and he was just he was another guy that was very outgoing, and but he was very good, and he was so short. I mean, literally, this guy was only about like 6'7", 6'6", and he played the power forward position, and he dominated. He was he would just take the ball. He was the guy who really made the power forward like something that was more than just stand in the post and shoot hook shots. It was all about let's run the floor, let's get open dunks. He was an NBA MVP once. That was when Michael Jordan was at his prime, and he's an All-Star 11 times, averaged 22 points, 12 rebounds. I mean, it's unfortunate that he never won a championship, but he was a great player, Hall of Famer, dream teamer, just an amazing person and a great player. My number 2 power forward of all time is the mailman Karl Malone, and this guy delivered every night he came out. And along with John Stockton, they really made the Jazz just an amazing team for so many years. 2-time MVP, and that was also when Michael Jordan was in his prime. And I mean, 14-time NBA All-Star, 11-time All-NBA First Team. He's one of the 50 greatest players of all time, a dream teamer, Hall of Famer. He had 25 points, 10 rebounds, and he could just do it all. He could go inside with the big guys. He could step out and hit that nice mid-range jumper. Defensively, he was really good. Just an amazing talent, amazing player. And he also couldn't win a championship, but he did get to the NBA Finals twice, back to back. And which is something that is really overlooked, but I think is pretty cool, is the fact that he is second all-time in points. He's right behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in second all-time. He scored more points than Michael Jordan. So I mean, you could say what you want about him, but man, he could ball. And my number one power forward of all time has got to be Tim Duncan. I think Tim Duncan has proved himself that he is the best power forward of all time. 4-time NBA champion, 3 times Finals MVP, 2-time most valuable player, 14-time All-Star, 10 All-NBA first teams. He made the NBA All-First team in his rookie season. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, Larry Bird, I think, as far as I know, Larry Bird is the only other player that's ever done that. And I mean, if they did like a top 50 greatest list where he could have been included, he would definitely be on there. I mean, for his career, he averaged 20 points. He's gotten 11 rebounds a game, 2.2 blocks. And I mean, he's still going. I mean, people might say, oh, he's kind of trending down, but he is still going. And I think has a couple of years left in him. And it's really amazing when the greatest players of all time say that this person is amazing. And Tim Duncan is that type of guy. All the NBA greats say that he is one of the best, if not the best, big men of all time. So that is a great accomplishment for him. And he really deserves it. He's one of the most fundamentally sound players in NBA history. And I mean, you can't have more respect for him. You need to respect him because he's just so good, so consistent, so good. So these are my top 5 power forwards of all time. I'll wrap it up with my top 5 centers later in the week. But until next time, please share, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Please share this channel with everyone in your families, friends, everybody. And so long.